Hello, welcome to Mind Major. I am C Major. First of all, I want to acknowledge two new family members. That would be Kenneth Davis, what's up, cuz? And Infinity, welcome to the family. Today I want to talk about the George Floyd case a little further. One of the officers is said to be let out on bail. The officer who actually tried to administer aid to George Floyd actually also asked Derek Chauvin should they roll him over on his side instead of leaving him on his stomach in the position in which he was, to which Derek Chauvin replied no. A lot of people would object to him being released on bail, but I don't think that is such a bad idea because he's already talking. He's already laying the whole thing out. And the way it looks like he's going to be testifying against Derek Chauvin, which would give us a greater possibility to get that actual conviction. Okay. And another thing I wanted to speak on was the whole thing about the defunding of the police departments. When I first heard that, it kind of bothered me a little bit. Defunding the police department. You want to abolish the police department? That's not going to work. But I had to actually find out what it actually was they were saying by defunding the police departments. And all they were saying was they just want to stop investing so much money into the police departments and allocate those funds to other things, which I've stated that in one of my previous videos. I said, because they're always hollering, we need more police, we need more police, when the whole time it's not a lack of police. You just have a bunch of ineffective police. Police which do not do their job properly. A lot of officers that think about working the clock instead of working for the public. That's where the problem lies. As long as they sit around and do nothing, then of course the crime rate rises, and every year they get to holler, we need more police, we need more overtime, so they can further do nothing. I don't know about other places, but here in Baltimore, it's not unusual for you to be driving and see officers obstructing the flow of traffic, because you'll have two cars in the middle of the street, one facing one way, one facing the other, and they'll be just holding up the flow of traffic, talking to one another, and would pretty much dare you to say something in reference to them doing so. You know, it's crazy where you can have these cities that are plagued by gun violence, drugs, and so on and so forth, whatever the issue. But you would have most of those officers, if they audited most the departments, the police departments, I'm more than sure that you would find that most of those officers don't do much but write pretty much bogus tickets. A lot of them don't actually join the force to make a difference. They join the force to get a decent pay and pretty much do nothing. Most of the time they sit around and they duck work. They duck work, sit around and lounge in their cars, play on their phones, and in some cases fall asleep. Fall asleep while on the clock, while taking taxpayers' hard-earned money, and they're sleeping on the job. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But the whole thing is, that's the biggest thing. You just have ineffective police officers. What they need to do, along with defunding the police departments, they need to audit all of them and, like they say, make all of them reapply. Make all of them reapply. Make them go through extensive training. Whereas though they can be able to deal with the public. Make them take background checks. Make them talk to some kind of psychiatrist or something like that to make sure that they're actually mentally fit to be dealing with the public. Because it's a lot of times that you have police officers, because I know quite a few police officers that I actually grew up with, went to school with, so on and so forth. Good people. Good people. And undoubtedly good officers as well. Actually take that job, it means something. It means something. They actually go out every day on that mission to protect and serve. But a lot of people don't really know that there's really a difference. There's a big difference. Because you have police officers and then you have cops. And a lot of people don't know that they're not the same. They're not the same at all. And that the average police officer couldn't even tell you the difference between a cop and a police officer. Okay? But I'm gonna get in there. I was gonna save that part for last. But I wanted to also thank everyone that actually viewed the previous video that I put out, and I wanted to say something. Don't ever think, I always say that everybody has greatness in them. Everyone has greatness in them. No one should ever think that they're worthless. Because as we can see right now, one person could change the world. I'm more than sure George never thought that he would one day be having this effect on the world. My last video, I put it out and I spoke on what I felt in reference to the case. And I felt like it was going to be a big old theatrical play, theatrical production. You know, we're gonna pull the wool over their eyes, and we're gonna arrest these officers, and when they go to court, same as every other time, they get acquitted. Because it was strange. It was very strange. And I don't know if this got past anybody else, but the initial medical examiner did not rule George Floyd's death a homicide at first. He did not rule his death a homicide. He said his death was not caused by asphyxiation. Okay? That's what triggered me to make the previous video I made. But what did you know? After I made the video, the next day I saw that it was an independent autopsy done, and it came back that he passed from asphyxiation. Now, a couple days later, to my surprise, I'm watching the news, and they say both medical examiners ruled the death a homicide. So you can imagine the look on my face. Like, are they really doing this? Not only do you see that, not only do they sit there and try to tell you, yeah, we know you saw this, but you didn't really see what you saw. Now they're going as far as to say, you might have heard that, but that's not really what was said. Now, I know I'm not crazy. I wouldn't have put that type of video out had that information not came out on credible news sources. But all of a sudden, they're saying that the first medical examiner ruled it a homicide. Now I'm baffled. So I'm saying, did someone else see what I saw and maybe brought it to the light or whatever, and he changed his determination? You understand? So it wouldn't be brought up, because I made mention of filing a petition to have him charged. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows what changed? Who can say what changed his look on things? You know, who's to say? Like I say, great minds think alike. Maybe someone else saw it for what it was. Well, who knows? Wouldn't it be something else if it was my video? Just think about it. If it just happened to have been my video that applied that pressure. There's nothing wrong with wishful thinking. But like I say, I wanted to save that last subject for last and tell you guys actually what the difference was between a cop and a police officer. I wonder if anybody else really knows or really got it before I give it to you guys. Alright, y'all ready to know the difference? Alright, here we go. used to work, man. And boom, just like that, I'm back. I teleported. I even changed clothes. Got on my old fly shit. Ain't bad for an old head, right? And I'm sitting here talking to one of the young dudes here in Baltimore. Get his perspective on things on this last issue that I was telling y'all about. The difference between a police officer and a cop. It's my man Wolf.
What's good, y'all? Writing on lyrical front lines, winning on Lord's faith, man. Both life and no life. Baltimore shit, man. Holla at me.
You already know what I was telling the people, right? I see. Let me flip this. What I was telling the people, right? It's the difference between a cop and a police officer. And a lot of people actually don't know the difference. I'd like to know if you knew, did you actually know that it was a difference between a police officer and a cop?
It's a lot of distinctive like differences in it, but like for me now, I don't know the difference straight off hand, so I'll need a little bit of knowledge on that, if you can.
Without a doubt. A police officer is one who takes the job to actually protect and serve. Do things by the book as he's supposed to. Now a cop is actually an acronym. Stands for critical operative. And what the difference is, a regular police officer is not going to bother you if you're not doing anything wrong. A cop are the ones that you see pulling people over, lying to them about the reason why they pulled them over. And the critical operative thing is they'll take something small in nature and instantly turn it into a major problem. That's where the critical part comes in. It's like when you see videos constantly, people getting pulled over. Next thing you know, they breaking the dude's window, pulling them out the car when it's supposed to have been for a ticket. And you get somebody that knows the law or whatever, you trying to explain to them that he's not following protocol.
Right.
And they automatically, the level of things just intensify more and more.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Small situation ends up turning into a big situation where you end up, person might end up being shot and killed.
Oh, yeah. Like now, like for every person that has lost their life as a black person to a person in uniform, that's a cop, in my perspective.
I mean, if it's
Now that you broke it down to me.
Right, if it's along the lines of where he's not justified in
his
act.
actions.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
The George Floyd incident, Derek Chauvin.
Yeah. He was
a cop.
He was a cop.
He wasn't
He was a cop.
Police officer.
Clean the hell up
He was
and
a
you
straight
by
up
yourself.
cop.
Yeah.
You know, and the bad thing about what I'm talking about is you have a lot of actual police officers that don't actually know whether they're a cop or whether they're an officer. If you ask them, a lot of them couldn't even tell you the difference. And that, a lot of times that comes from, you have a lot of police officers actually joined the academy because they went through some sort of trauma.
Yeah.
And they're, you know what I mean, in their life coming up or whatever.
Yeah. Like
y'all see how Baltimore is, right? Y'all see how Baltimore is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of them.
I am coming down well, sorry.
Yeah, but a lot of them
I saw me on camera.
were actually,
I hope there's nobody over there.
say, nerds in school.
Yeah.
They were abused. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Taken advantage of when they was in school. So they joined the force as a way of, you know what I mean, getting some false sense of, you know what I mean, bravado and,
Yeah.
oh, I can get some payback now for what I went through.
I got this uniform on and I got this badge on.
Exactly.
So now all rules are straight off the table now. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
I can do whatever I want. No consequences for me. No consequences for me. The higher my stuff go, my arrest go, my drugs and all that stuff go. Whether it's right or wrong, but I can do it 100% wrong if I want to. I ain't getting no trouble for this. That's what a cop is.
Yeah,
that's what a cop is.
Pretty much. But like I see, it's a lot of, you know, things that I know. Like I said, I was saying in the video earlier, I know a lot of people that are actually police officers, and I know good officers, people that actually do the job the way they are supposed to do it. You know, always been them type of people, and they take the job serious. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, they go by that. They go by that.
Exactly.
You got, cause you got some people that's higher up in them that are puppeteer, they're puppet masters that are not following rules or nothing, and they're like, okay, now I want y'all to follow rules. You got to make a decision. You got to really make a decision. What you want, your badge or your career?
You can't have an idiot in charge of a bunch of people that are supposed to be doing the right thing and expect them not to end up being idiots themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And what's going to have to happen in the long run, they're going to have to break the whole system down, and they're going to have to revamp it.
Yeah, like
they're going to have to weed out the bad apples. And I say it's crazy because the police will constantly tell citizens that they need to help more. You see something, say something.
Right.
You'll tell a citizen this, but you'll turn around and watch your fellow officer break the law, yet you won't say anything. So how can you tell somebody to do something
that automatically
you're not
makes you accountable for anything that goes wrong with him as your fellow officer as well? That makes you accountable too, because you didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
You didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
Something goes wrong and you can't control it, you gotta say something. You clear your name at least. Clear your name at least. I didn't want this to happen. At least,
like I see,
that badge can't protect you. It can't protect you at all. It can't protect you at all. The thing is, the people who are high up, they protect you. They protect you. That badge don't. That badge don't.
Until you get people that's going to do the job and do it as it's supposed to be done, and when they step out of line, they got to pay a penalty, just like the average citizen would.
Right.
They run around with no impunity, so they don't fear breaking the law if there's no consequences.
Right. Like, it's crazy because The whole police department thing gotta be reformed. The whole criminal system, period, gotta be reformed. Like, all of it gotta be reformed. Because at the end of the day, it's not fair at all. It's not fair at all, especially with people of color. Especially with people of color. A white boy and a black boy could be charged with the same crime, same day, same time, same damn judge. Who gonna get the lesser time?
Well, we already know. We already know. But pretty much told y'all I was gonna be tapping in with some of the younger guys. This is first of many. I was out here chilling with a bunch of my younger counterparts. Happened to be a guy on the actual other side of the camera. He ran away from the camera. Dude over there, he's celebrating his birthday today.
Yeah, shout
Family
out to my
member,
man.
family member, family member.
Wolf like
But
a
y'all
dog,
can
man.
welcome Wolf. Wolf, brand new family member to the Mind of Major family.
You know it, man.
But we gonna run up on. We get about to run up on this Born Day boy real quick before we check out. This that Born Day boy right there.
What it do?
That's the Born Day boy.
What it is, YouTube?
That's one of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? We about to check out. Remember what I say. Good minds think alike. And we all got something in common. That's Mind of Major. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, share. It's your boy C Major. And I'm out of here.